Later that night, Tavia threw a rock at the window, so naturally I go downstairs. I open the side door and smile. Tavia Jackson. Summer Rayne Williams. He smiles. I walk over to him and wrap my arms around his neck and give him a big hug and kiss on the lips. What do I owe all this affection? Nothing. He stares at me for a moment. What? I question. I don't know what it is about you. What it is about me. What? I sound confused. Forget it, son. Why? You're just different. A good different. I'm not really sure how to reply. I'm not even sure what that means. We were standing in silence for a few seconds and then he breaks it. So what's the plans for tonight? Y'all coming by or why wouldn't we? Well, I know you know. Yeah, I mean, she still said she want to come over. And I'm not sure what else could happen at this point anyway. You have a point, he says. We start laughing. Let me go get everyone. Meet you next door. He nods and I turn to go back in the house. I go back upstairs. So we going? I ask. Yup, Claudia says. She's extra perky, which is weird. But I'm not going to ask her what's going through her head. Kiana and I give each other a look, but we say nothing. The three of us go downstairs, through the kitchen and out the side door. Tavio and Justin were on the stoop of Evan's house. Kiana and I walk over to them, and Claudia goes downstairs into Evan's basement. She could have said hi, Justin said. She got her own shit going on, I say. Tavio gives Justin a look. Oh yeah, he says. We sit outside laughing and joking for about an hour. Davion, Ayana, Saint, and Sinner came by after some time as well. We were pretty loud but not disruptive, just having fun. Claudia comes back from Evan's basement and it looks like she's crying, but she's trying to hide her face from everyone. She just goes back next door and doesn't say a word to any of us. Ayana looks at Kiana and I, and we both try to look confused, but I can assume she told Evan she wants to keep the baby and he's more hesitant now. I don't want to make it obvious and go next door right behind her, but I also don't want her to feel alone. I'll be back, I say to everyone. Yeah, me too, Kiana says. Ayana looks like she wants to come but stays quiet. We go through the side door of the house, through the kitchen, and up the stairs. I could hear Claudia snuffling in her room before we walk in. Claude, I say, you guys don't have to come upstairs because of me. You could stay outside. What happened? She stays quiet for a minute, just staring off into open space. I see the tears roll down her cheek. You need a minute? Kiana asks. She still stays quiet. I sit on the floor Indian style and fold my hands. Claudia starts to laugh a bit and wipe her eyes. I told him I was thinking more towards keeping the baby. He sighed and he told me he didn't think it was the best option for us. I'm just starting high school. I told him I will convince my mom not to get any cops involved. She stops. I watch more tears fall. This baby didn't ask to be here. I don't know what's right to do. Your mother had you at 14 and she's a registered nurse making great money. I'm sure it was hard. I was with my grandmother a lot because she also wanted to be a teen. I don't even care about that. If that's what God chose for me, then I'll just raise my baby. Before any of us could say anything, the phone rings and it's my house. Hello? I say into the receiver. Summer? My mom says. Hey mom, you want to come home at some point to get your school clothes? Your father wants to give you money or take you shopping, and Yvette called too. She wants to take you to get some stuff when she gets Asia's. Okay, I'll call Asia's house now. We talk a little more and I hang up. Everything okay? Claudia asks. School shopping time. I have to go to Staten Island to my sister's house. Her mom is going to get me some stuff too. My dad is getting me some stuff, and then whatever my mom gets me. I wish my dad had a lot of baby mamas too, Kiana says. We start laughing. You'll be okay if I leave tomorrow? Yeah, I'll be okay, she says. I should be back before you know it. Tavia will have a meltdown if he don't see you, Kiana says. Oh, shush. I start blushing. I call Asia's house, and like I thought, her mom would tell me to come fairly quickly, so I let her know I'll be there tomorrow. Getting to Staten Island is a mission on public transportation. You have to take a train to a ferry to take you across the island. I'm hoping I can get Sharif to take me there, and I'll take the train and things home. Feels like a train to a plane to a boat. The next day, we all woke up fairly early, which was good because I had to start my journey. Sharif said he would come pick me up, but he couldn't drop me off, which makes more sense. I'll have the clothes with me that Yvette got anyway. Both of my sisters' moms took a genuine liking to me, and really, all of my siblings' moms do for all the kids in one way or another. I make my way to the kitchen to get some cereal before I go. Claudia decided to go to that clinic on Jamaica Ave, and Kiana was going to go with her. She wanted to see what she needed to do to get seen there. As long as she doesn't go alone, I think she'll be okay. I offered to go if she waited until I got back, but she wanted to find out how far along she was and options. We all leave together to go toward Jamaica Avenue. Once we get to the Ave, I see Claudia's face getting nervous. I hope you don't need an adult, I say. Oh God, I didn't even think of that, Claudia says. If you do, I'll see if Sasha can help. Claudia smiles and hugs me. Thanks, Sammy. I roll my eyes and hug her back, laughing. She knows I hate that nickname as much as she hates Claude. I go downstairs to the train station, and they keep going toward the clinic. I had to take 2 trains and a ferry and another train to get to my sister's house. Sounds simple, right? No. It took me about 2 hours to get there. It was a smooth ride, but I should have brought a book or something to pass the time. Anyway, I walked to her house. She lives in another project on Staten Island. The thing about NYC, I probably should have explained, is we have a lot of housing projects. The concrete jungle. I guess, for us, it was just where we lived. Some people think of it solely as low income, but that's not really the truth. In our projects, the rent is based on your income, so you really never pay more than you can afford. Each borough has quite a bit of projects in it. Boroughs are the different parts of New York City: Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan, and the Bronx. If I had to describe to you what our projects look like, I'd have to say mostly the same red brick color is used in every project, like they all wear the same uniform in some shape or fashion. Some developments have 3 stories, but mostly the smallest is 6 stories, and the highest is maybe 24. I'm not too sure with those really high stories. Those are in Harlem and the Bronx, I believe. I'm not too familiar with their developments. If you picture 2 football fields in length and width side by side, that's probably how many buildings we have for one project. We have walkways and small parks for the kids to play. Most of the small parks also have sprinklers for kids in the summertime, but it's mostly building after building. Some developments have basketball courts set up. In front of almost every building or not too far from the entrances are benches. Summertime, there are always people outside. That's how everyone gets to know everyone. The projects get a bad rep from outsiders, and some are worse than others, but for the most part, growing up in them isn't really that bad. Asia lives in the Berry houses. It's the calmest projects on Staten Island. It's known as the Berries. I get off the train, which is located behind the projects, and start to walk toward her building. It wasn't too long of a walk, I guess maybe 5 minutes. There's one really long block, which made up probably 3 blocks if it were regular blocks. I start walking up that block until I get to an opening which has a walkway to follow a shorter path instead of walking to the top of the block. I pass other buildings on my way. There are so many people out. It was such a nice day. The basketball court is almost full. So many kids are outside playing. I see some people I know outside just from being around with Asia. Ayo, Summer, long time no see, I hear a voice say. I look to see where it's coming from. I smile and then walk over to him. Hey, Khalil, how you been? I'm good. Haven't seen you in forever. You going to see Asia? Khalil is the same age as Asia. They go to the same school. Khalil is about my height, but he's only 12. I can only imagine how tall he's going to be. He has a complexion that's a tiny bit lighter than brown sugar, and he has short hair that you can tell is wavy if he lets it grow. His smile makes his appearance even cuter. I think he's such an adorable kid. Yeah, gotta get our school stuff. Yeah, me too. I was about to go that way, but we had to make a stop here first. Who's we? Boogie is taking me to get some stuff, he says. Almost in the same breath, Boogie came out of the building. Boogie is Khalil's older brother who has a demeanor that seems so serious, it almost makes him unapproachable. I only know him in passing, not even sure if he remembers seeing me. Boogie is about 5'8" and light skinned. He's lighter than Khalil but darker than me. He has cornrows most of the time. Other times he leaves his hair loose in a wild manner. I think he's cute, but I know he's older than me by a few years. Khalil, you ready? Boogie asks. He doesn't even look in my direction. Boogie has such a raspy voice, makes him even cuter, in my opinion. Yeah, I'm coming. Khalil turns towards Boogie. See you later, Summer. He gives me a hug and runs off to catch up to Boogie, who already started walking. I finish walking toward Asia's building, which wasn't too far off from where I stopped to talk to Khalil. I get to Asia's door, and all of our doors look the same. Big, giant metal door. It's all held together with magnetic strips. I ring the number combination to the intercom for Asia's apartment.